Y'all, the glittering facade of Hollywood that we've all been hypnotized by for years is crumbling right before our eyes, and at the epicenter of this massive earthquake, none other than the music mogul himself, Sean Diddy Combs. But what's making this story absolutely explosive is the unexpected plot twist featuring Snoop Dogg, and trust me, what he's revealing will leave you gasping. You know how they say that in Hollywood? Loyalty is everything? Well, it seems Snoop Dogg has decided to throw that rulebook right out the window, and honestly, the tea he's spilling is scalding hot. After years of being thick as thieves with Diddy, running in the same circles, attending those legendary parties we've all heard whispers about, Snoop is doing something that's got every power player in Hollywood breaking out in a cold sweat. He's actually speaking out. Now, let's dive deep into those infamous Diddy parties that used to flood our social media feeds. You remember them, don't you? The ones that had us all green with envy. Overflowing champagne, A-list celebrities letting loose, performances by the biggest names in music, and everyone dressed to kill. But darlings, behind all that sparkle and glamour, something much more sinister was allegedly brewing. Sources close to the investigation, and you know I protect my sources like a mama bear, are revealing that these weren't just your average star-studded soirees. Oh no, honey. Behind those Instagram-worthy moments and the carefully curated guest lists, there was allegedly a whole underground operation going on. We're talking serious allegations here. Coercion, racketeering, and exploitation. Words that are making everyone who's ever attended one of these parties reach for their lawyer's phone numbers. The way these parties supposedly worked was absolutely genius in its deviousness. Picture this: the world's biggest celebrities all gathered in one place, the media outside desperate for just a glimpse of who's attending, while behind closed doors, well, let's just say what was happening would make even the most hardened Hollywood veteran's jaw drop. Now, darlings, let me break down why everyone's been so terrified to speak up until now. Imagine having the kind of power where one word from you could either launch someone into superstardom or send them crashing back to obscurity. That's the kind of influence Diddy wielded. Through Bad Boy Records, he didn't just launch careers, he created legends. The Notorious B.I.G., Faith Evans, Mace, these weren't just artists, they were cultural phenomena. But here's where it gets really juicy. Diddy's reach extended far beyond the music industry. We're talking about connections that would make a spider's web look simple. Directors, producers, politicians. His network reached into every corner of entertainment and beyond. And the way he allegedly maintained this iron grip on power? It was a masterclass in manipulation that would make Machiavelli himself take notes. According to insiders, and these are people who were right there in the thick of it, Diddy's method of control was three-pronged. Lavish gifts that would make your head spin, career opportunities that could change lives overnight, and, here's the kicker, threats that could make even the bravest soul think twice about crossing him. It was a perfect storm of carrots and sticks, with Diddy orchestrating everything from behind the scenes. Now, here's where things get really interesting, darlings. We're not just talking about random party guests or industry hangers-on. Some of the biggest names in entertainment, I'm talking Jay-Z, Beyonce, Jennifer Lopez, Kim Kardashian, they've all been mentioned in connection with these infamous gatherings. And their silence, it's so deafening, it's practically screaming. Think about it. These are celebrities who've built their entire brands on being authentic and transparent. They're quick to speak out about social issues, quick to share their lives on social media, quick to take stands on controversial topics. But when it comes to Diddy, suddenly they're all practicing their mime acts. Sources close to these A-listers, and trust me, these sources are solid gold, say it's all about fear. But not just your regular run-of-the-mill fear. We're talking about the kind of fear that comes from knowing too much, seeing too much, and potentially being involved in things that could destroy everything they've built. In Hollywood, your reputation isn't just your calling card, it's your entire world, and no one, not even the biggest stars, wants to be the first domino to fall. But then there's Snoop Dogg, and honey, he is serving us some piping hot tea. After years of being right in the heart of Diddy's inner circle, attending those wild parties, being part of that exclusive world, Snoop has apparently had enough. And when I say enough, I mean he is done with a capital D. The change in Snoop's behavior isn't just noticeable, it's practically screaming from the rooftops. He's been conspicuously absent from Diddy's social circle, and some of his recent comments, they're raising eyebrows so high they're practically touching hairlines. Ever since his wife, Shante Broadus, took over as his manager in 2021, it's like someone flipped a switch. No more playing the game, no more covering for anyone. And the hints he's been dropping? They're more than just subtle suggestions. He's been quoted saying things like, "Man, some things I've seen, I'm just glad I'm not part of it anymore." I mean, could he be any more cryptic? What exactly did he see during his time in Diddy's inner circle that's made him distance himself so dramatically? But here's where this story takes an even darker turn, darlings. What if, and this is a thought that's keeping a lot of people up at night, the entire Hollywood machine is somehow complicit in all of this? I'm talking about everyone from A-list stars to producers to security personnel, all potentially playing their part in keeping Diddy's alleged activities under wraps for all these years. According to prosecutors, and they are not playing around, Diddy's influence ran deeper than anyone could have imagined. We're talking about personal assistants, bodyguards, trusted friends, all allegedly involved in maintaining this wall of silence. And the methods used to keep people quiet, a toxic cocktail of fear, coercion, and good old-fashioned bribery that would make a mob boss blush. Just when you thought this story couldn't get any more scandalous, enter Young Miami. The City Girls rapper's connection to Diddy has always been the subject of whispers and speculation. But now we're hearing about alleged financial arrangements that would make your bank account spin. We're talking generous allowances, luxurious gifts, and honey, it gets even darker. According to documents filed by producer Lil Rod, and these documents are absolutely explosive, Young Miami was allegedly seen transporting certain substances for Diddy when his usual courier got arrested. While Young Miami vehemently denies everything, her cryptic comments about their relationship being more than that are making everyone wonder just how deep this rabbit hole really goes. But wait, because Rodney's revelations are about to make everything else look like child's play. This person who worked closely with Diddy on his 2022 album is painting a picture that's absolutely terrifying. We're not just talking about inappropriate advances and pressure tactics. We're talking about behavior that crosses every professional boundary imaginable. Get this, Rodney claims Diddy actually told him, "I'll smack my mama to get what I want." I mean, who says something like that? According to Rodney, working with Diddy wasn't about making music or creating art. It was about survival in an environment where power and control were everything and everyone was expendable. Now, this is where we need to take a serious moment, darlings, because behind all the gossip and shocking revelations, there are real victims here. People who were allegedly manipulated, coerced, and forced into situations they never wanted to be in. The stories coming out are absolutely heartbreaking. Stories of people who felt completely powerless against Diddy's influence and control. Some were offered astronomical sums of money to stay quiet. Others were threatened with complete career destruction if they dared to speak out. And these weren't empty threats. In Hollywood, your reputation is everything, and Diddy allegedly had the power to destroy lives with just a word. The fear was real, the consequences were real, and the trauma, that was definitely real. And then there's Jaguar Wright, darling, and she is bringing receipts. This former singer isn't just spilling tea, she's dumping the entire teapot. Her accusations about Diddy's operations are sending shockwaves through the industry. We're talking about alleged sales of intimate videos of major stars like Justin Bieber and Usher on the dark web. Can you even wrap your head around that? Wright isn't just throwing around accusations, she's painting a detailed picture of systematic abuse of power that's making everyone in the industry nervous. If what she's saying is true, this could change the entire landscape of Hollywood forever. And the way she's telling it, this is just the tip of the iceberg. As federal investigators dig deeper into this tangled web, more and more evidence is supposedly coming to light. Those raids on Diddy's properties in Miami and Los Angeles, they weren't just for show, honey. Sources say they uncovered a treasure trove of evidence, financial records, hard drives, and videos that could blow this whole thing wide open. The pressure is mounting and cracks are starting to show in that carefully constructed facade. People who were once fiercely loyal to Diddy are starting to wonder if their loyalty might cost them everything. And as the investigation progresses, more individuals are coming forward, each with their own story to tell. So where does this leave us, darlings? With federal investigators closing in and more people finding the courage to speak out every day, Diddy's empire is looking shakier than a Hollywood starlet in 6-inch heels. But this isn't just about one man's fall from grace. This could be the beginning of a massive shift in how the entire entertainment industry operates. The question on everyone's perfectly glossed lips is, who's next to break their silence? Will more A-listers finally step forward and share what they know? And just how many more shocking revelations are waiting in the wings, ready to take center stage? One thing's for certain, Hollywood will never be the same after this. The days of powerful moguls operating with impunity might finally be coming to an end, and honestly, it's about time, because in this town, secrets have a way of coming out, and when they do, they come out with the kind of bang that makes earthquake tremors feel like gentle vibrations. Stay tuned, my darlings, because this story is far from over. The dominoes are just starting to fall, and when they do, well, let's just say Hollywood might need to brace itself for the biggest scandal it's ever seen. And you know me, I'll be right here bringing you every juicy detail as it unfolds.